have Mr. Gaudé with us. He is the CEO and founder of Avenga and Qinshift. Today we'll be discussing interesting insights about the company, about his participation at Gitex. Good morning, Mr. Gaudé. Could you please start with yourself, about your introduction and the company's brief?
Certainly. So thank you. First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to spend some time with you today. So my name is Ludovic Gaudé. I'm the CEO of Qinshift and Avenga. Both are two companies with European roots that we are actually blending together, focusing on digital transformation. And our goal here in Gitex is to introduce ourselves and bring European roots and ways of working to this environment.
So how do you see your participation in Gitex 2024?
For me, the most important part of our participation is to actually understand how this environment and ecosystem work. I see that there is a lot of innovation happening over here, and this is a very interesting aspects of my discovery phase in the region, because we like to focus on a resource that is unlimited, which is the creativity and the brain of the people. So there is quite a lot to learn for us over here.
So how do you see the differentiation between European markets and UAE markets?
I think in European market, a long history in innovation, but has imposed on itself a lot of regulations that sometimes prevent fast and rapid development. And here in UAE, I see actually a lot of European people as well as Asian and people coming from other market come here having a lot of freedom to deploy and use their creativity for the good of the development of our society. So it's a very intriguing part of our development and our learning process. So those are, I would say, the two main differences that I see.
Interesting. Qinshift has built a reputation of combining human-centric technology and data-driven innovation. How do you see the integration?
So for us, we like to look at technology from the point of view of avoiding creating a piece of innovation that is looking for a problem to solve. We would rather use technology to help human and to help all of us enjoy our life and take advantage of technology. So again, building something that is meaningful for the people rather than building something that is searching for a problem to solve.
Interesting. With the rise of AI and data-driven decision, how do you think these technologies are leveraging the businesses?
So I think the first thing that one needs to do with those emerging technologies is to actually prepare the environment so that those data that are collected, that are used by those technologies, actually make sense and are relevant. So that would be the first step. And of course, how those technologies are used, they are in a development phase where we are using those technologies in a very assisted way, but the next step is a little bit more adventurous. We would want to use some of those intelligence to navigate and operate more autonomously. So there is quite a big transformation within the transformation that we are seeing now.
So is the company currently using AI technologies?
Yes, of course. So we are using AI ourselves. We are leveraging the data that our company is producing. A lot of generative AI is used by our people in the sales organization to access certain historical data or offers, all the way through our development centers, where our engineers are leveraging generative AI to accelerate the development of the solutions that we are delivering to our clients.
Interesting. Can we talk about a case study where this transition of AI has been successful?
So we have in the healthcare industry, for example, there you have a extremely intense number of data points that are available in the pharmaceutical area, and you can really leverage AI to compute and to assemble and to identify certain patterns that cannot be simply identified by a human brain. So we are using AI to not only help our clients to become more cost effective, but also we embed that in their own products, the products that they are selling to their own clients.
Interesting. So we talked about AI. With AI follows the cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has been a growing concern, right? How does your organization mitigate these risks?
So in our experience, cybersecurity, the main weak point in the chain is between your hands and the keyboard. This is where all of the potential trouble come from. So we take this very seriously, obviously, and in very early on when we develop solutions and work with our clients, we embed some solutions that allow us to detect frauds very early on, so that allows us to react quickly. And sometimes when the fraud is actually happening, we have also mechanisms that are in real time identifying those issues, and we are able to react also in a similar way.
Can we talk about the tools that you're currently using for to maintain the cybersecurity?
The process of cybersecurity is not something that you do on the fly. There is a lot of preparation. So if you look at a cyber attack event, it's actually cut into three different pieces. There is a preparation before the event. Even the attackers, they are preparing themselves before the attack, and therefore we are responding to that by identifying certain queries or certain preparation, certain identification of information that are very unusual, which tells us that something is probably going to happen. Then you have the event itself, and when that happens, there is no time to discuss. There is no time to discuss in a forum or in a committee what to do. We have to act very quickly. And this is where the AI can also, when it works autonomously, can react extremely fast, real time when this is happening. And after that, in the third stage, after every attack, there is always an element of debriefing. The attackers, the cyber criminals, will also debrief on what has happened, what went well, what didn't go well, and we do need to do the same thing as well. So for every attack that we've been able to mitigate, we are also trying to learn together with the organization that we are working on what we could have done better, what are the learnings that we have, so that we can fit this into the beginning. So it's an entire process, not a freestyle activity that we perform.
Interesting. Okay. Sustainability in technology is becoming a major focus globally. How do you integrate sustainable practices into your projects?
This is an excellent question because as an IT company, as an IT software development company, really the area where we can really impact the sustainability is on the embedding into our development, in what we are coding, some measures that ensure that the software, the application, is going to run on a small memory, making sure that it's going to consume as much power as possible. So we are always looking at, yes, we have to deliver a solution, we have to deliver an application, but how do we build it in a very sustainable way, in a way that will consume as much memory and power as possible. That's what we embed right from the beginning in the design and in the creation of our applications.
Qinshift works across different industries from automotive to public sector and telecom. Can you share some success stories that exemplify your impact in these sectors?
Yes, sure. So ultimately what's important for us is when we design and build application, we want to make sure that people enjoy using those applications. So we spend a lot of time ensuring that we leave no one behind, and that everyone will find enjoyment in using those applications. And in various sectors, it takes different effects. So in automotive, We have been developing applications where you can open your car with a mobile application. In the public sector, we are working quite extensively with various governments to ease the traffic in big cities. How do you use the transit mechanism, and how do you make this seamless for the users moving from the train, the bus, the bicycle, and how do you create an experience that is very continuous and smooth for the users. And in telecom, there we are working more closely with the telecom operators and, for example, making sure that their billing system works in a very efficient way. For a telecom operator, they cannot miss the rating system. They cannot miss sending the invoice. So how do we make sure that we do it once and we do it fast, efficiently, without any mistakes? That's where we intervene and make sure that it happens.
Interesting. But how does it feel? You're working from different industries. You're doing different, your business is providing values to different industries. How does it feel?
For us, we have to work in different industries because this is the only way that we can create and develop our expertise in particular field, where we can be more intimate with our client and truly deeply understand what their pain points are. But as we do that, we can also look at interdependencies between different industries areas, and we can use what we have learned in the financial sector and use it in the energy sector. So there's a certain learning points, certain industries are more advanced than others, and we can leverage that across all our different activities.
What challenges do you foresee businesses facing in the next 5 years?
I think the biggest challenge that we are all going to face is that as we have already entered the digital era, and most of us have accepted this environment. We are now getting assisted by other intelligence that help our daily life, but they are still somehow in our control, and we are the ones who are deciding when we use it or not. And we can also evaluate the quality of the outputs we get from the generative AI. In the years to come, those intelligence are going to become more autonomous.
More intuitive.
Not only intuitive, but they are going to be managing our life without us being in full control. So how are we going to manage that? Because having an autonomous intelligence will be very useful and will help us in our daily life, but how much freedom, how much room are we going to give to another intelligence to manage our life, manage our interactions, or speak on our behalf, or do things on our behalf? So this creates a technical challenge for sure, but I think we know how to resolve that. But there is also more of a human aspects to it, how we are going to manage the intricacy of our interaction with that separate intelligence. This is going to be quite interesting.
Thank you for that. As Qinshift expands globally, especially into markets like UAE, how are you adopting your services to meet these unique business requirements?
So we are coming, of course, from very much from a Western style environment, being a European company, but we have already experienced on how to operate in other cultures, in the US and Latin America. But for us, the UAE is not only an opportunity to work in this region and operate and learn and partner with people that have been here in the region for a long time, but it's also a way for us to influence back the markets where we operate, because in the UAE you have a culture that is very diverse, that accepts a lot of cultures from around the world. And there is perhaps here also for us an opportunity to also improve our home markets through the conversations and through the partnerships and through the interactions that we can establish here. So this is why the UAE is for us quite an interesting place, because it's in fact a melting pot of different culture all in the same place. Quite a fascinating area for us.
Lastly, what are your plans for the future? Can you share any upcoming initiatives that you're particularly excited about?
I think AI is definitely an area that we are all looking forward to expand and to help. We brag ourselves, or we are very proud of being a tech company, an IT services company that puts the human dimension at the center of what we do. And once we are getting into this more autonomous way of letting intelligence around us participate to our life, the human component will be so important. And this is an area where we're going to be spending a lot of our time and helping our clients elaborating and understanding the implication of what it means.
Mr. Gaudé, I would like to understand, how does your company foster innovation within its teams, and how do you ensure that your solutions you're providing are top notch?
Innovation is not something that you can command or dictate. You cannot tell a group of people, okay guys or ladies, you sit here and you start innovating. Innovation is a bit more complex framework where you need to establish an environment for people to be safe, to feel safe, that they can exchange ideas, that they can be very contrarian, that they can fail, as long as they fail quickly. And this is the environment that we are creating within our environment, in our company. So we work with clients. We also establish secured environment, and we carved out the teams of our clients and ourselves so that everybody feel like they are free to fail. So that's how we operate, and we usually get very good results from that.